Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. I know you got a lot of videos to choose from right off the bat. It's phone, filming with the phone today, got phone quality, hopefully it's good. My computer literally blew up, so I can't do the video cam, I can't edit anything. So we're doing this video from the phone. And also congratulations to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, 2 picks that I wanted to get in, Ozzy and Foreigner, about time for Foreigner. And for the 3, Sinead, Jane's Addiction, and Oasis, maybe some other time. Those are the other 3 that I wanted to get in. Rock Hall, still, you're stupid, and I'm great. I figured what would be fun is to do a Taylor Swift interview, because she needs more press, right? She's only worth $1.1 billion and is like a huge artist. It's pretty interesting. I mean, a lot of the older dudes, you know, we like our Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and those were the huge groups of the time, and here's this new, well, kind of newish artist, you know, Taylor Swift, and she's like killing them with streams and sales, and it's unbelievable. It's a phenomenon. I can't edit anything, so hopefully this is all good. Anyway, so this is my Taylor Swift collection. I have the Crossroads video that she did with Def Leppard. The country music channel, I believe, had like all these like rock bands. They would perform with a hot country artist at the time. She's just like a kid when they did that. And then I did buy a copy of, what's this one called? Evermore, because she signed it. She did a thing where she signed certain copies and then shipped those out to independent stores or something like that. So I bought that. You know, I figured, you know, it's like I said, she's like a phenom. Talking about Taylor Swift, born in 1989 in Pennsylvania. It's a great state. Moved to Nashville, Tennessee to start her career. Of course, there's a lot being said that her parents like helped her out financially a lot. Well, that's going to happen. If anyone has some cash and has kids that have a dream, of course you're going to do that. You know, there's a lot of the artists get a head start because they come in with cash, but you're not going to be able to maintain your career that way. You have to be good, or you have to be the fact that people really like you. So even if she got help, I don't know what that was, some way that, you know, financially put her ahead of a lot of the other struggling artists at the time, well, she's maintained her career pretty darn well, I would say. Let's see, put out her first album when she was 17 in 2006. That's not too shabby at all. She had about 3 country albums. A lot of people knew her after that reign. Like Kanye interrupted her at an award show that put her into kind of the household name. That's kind of when I first started hearing about her, was after that event. And then Red, if you consider Red her first pop album, that was in 2012. And then, of course, if you look at how her fans, even her Swifties, rank Tay-Tay's stuff, they'll always put 1989 is like the greatest thing she's ever done. That came out in 2014. That's already 10 years old. I did stream that album so I can kind of prepare myself for what style she is, because I really only know her hits. That love story song, the Romeo thing, I heard that, you know, you're in stores, you're gonna hear it. And then of course Shake It Off was a big song, so I heard that. So I only really knew those 2 songs. I have watched like an hour of her Eras tour thing on TV. You know, I'll try to prepare myself for this big review of Taylor Swift. I don't want to sound like an old rock dude who has no idea what she's about, and then I'm going to review her new album. No, I wanted to prepare myself with it. So this is her new album, Tortured Poets. It's her 11th. Is over an hour long, but there are quite a few of her albums that are over an hour long. The girl likes to write music, play the guitar, play the piano, and put out a lot of songs. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, right? Came out April 19th, 2024. Produced by Jack Antonoff. I always slaughter his name. I saw him when he was in Fun. He was a guitar player Fun. Saw them at the Taste of Chicago. Yeah, it was well over 10, 12 years ago. He's in Bleachers currently. They're okay. And then also she's been hanging out with this dude producing, co-writing with Aaron Dessner, whatever you pronounce it. He's in a band, The National. They're one of these indie bands. A lot of these indie bands, current indie bands, are kind of like bland to me. They're kind of plain. So that may play into his influence on this album. It has sold, I read, 700,000 vinyl units within the first 4 days. Unbelievable. Her first video off the album, it came out. I had a little YouTube alert. I watched it. It was at 2 million views. I swear, by the time I finished watching that video, it was at like 11 million views. Any band, any artist is easy to be jealous of her. I mean, that's crazy. She's like a phenomenon of how popular Taylor Swift is. Unbelievable. Like, she played our football stadium in Chicago. I think she sold out like 3 nights or something. I mean, that's look at all the artists that would love that. That's crazy. It's crazy. And really, if I see her on talk shows or stuff, she seems to have a good head about her. I mean, how do you go to that stardom and like not be a jerk? You know, she seems to have a good head on her shoulders. So that's a good thing. I mean, that's a crazy amount of stardom that we can't even dream about that. I mean, that's just crazy stuff. So let's go for her new album. A lot of people are saying it's not their favorite of hers, but it's a great album and all that stuff. And I've heard from people that I work with who are Swifties, like, you got to listen to more at once. So I gave every song, every track, 3 listens. I had the CD. It's ruined now. I brought it with my snack today at work, and I got like water on it. So the CD booklet is ruined. It's not one of the rare ones. I think her site had like poems and other stuff was part of it. This is just the average CD thing, but it's all ruined. Good job ruining. I also pre-ordered the vinyl, which came probably I don't know. My plan was, if I really love the CD, I was gonna open up the vinyl and jam it. I was gonna own it. She was gonna be part of my collection. But let's see if that happens. So we'll go track by track. Song number 1 is Fortnite. Features Post Malone, the dude with all the prison tattoos on his face or something. I like tattoos, but there's a lot of bad tattoos out there, and unfortunately, a lot are on his face, but let's not talk about his face. This is actually my second favorite song off the album. It's not a bad song. It's a great song to lead the album off with. It kind of sets a tone of the synth pop style, which is on this album. Like I said, she did like 3 country albums, and she did pop albums. Now this is kind of synth pop. She did like a indie with Evermore and Folklore, or more kind of like indie acoustic-y kind of sort of things, I think. So yeah, here she's coming with a synth pop. A lot of airy vocals, like, what's that? Enya? Yeah, Enya, right? The woman that sung with the had like these airy vocals. Kind of reminded me of that. I don't have a lot to draw from because I don't listen to a lot of pop artists. I know she doesn't have one of those like killer voices like Ariana Grande, Levada. She got great voice. Jennifer Hudson, like she's not Christina Aguilera. She's not one of these like powerhouse voices, but she's not a bad voice. It's nice. It's a pleasant voice, I would say. A lot of sing-along lyrics on that first song. It's mid-tempo. It's got something about kill her. You gotta be careful now, Taylor, because if you're saying kill her, I'm back in the day. What was it? Judas Priest and AC/DC was all like brought to trial because kids listened to the lyrics and they did some things. Marilyn Manson was also in trouble, so you gotta be careful with your Swifties. They won't harming each other because of your lyrics. But it's got some high vocals in it, some low vocals. So it kind of, overall, this song and a lot of songs on the album, if you hooked up to like an EKG, would just be kind of like almost flatline. There's not a lot of like highs. It's a very like evened out, moody piece throughout the album. I liked it. Like I said, it's my second favorite song of the album. Song number 2 is The Tortured Poets Department. They call the album that. Features the worst lyrics on the album. I scratched your head. You fell asleep like a tattooed golden retriever. Okay, I mean, I once wrote lyrics about like Tigger is the poo, I will always love you. I mean, so we're all capable of writing some really crappy lyrics. But yeah, that's kind of weird. She sounds really country in this one, like her vocal style and how she phrases the words. A lot of it's kind of like country. You can tell she came out from, that whole new country scene. It's okay. I do like the higher end vocals in that, and she has where she's like tracked a lot of times pre-chorus and chorus, where she's singing 2 or 3 times and it's tracked. It's an okay song. Song number 3, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. It's a fun song. Again, nothing really grabs me on that song. Number 4, Down Bag. What's that 4th song? Oh, I gotta look it up because I don't even know my own writing. Down Bad. A lot of F-bombs on here, more than I hear a lot of my punk rock songs that I love. Again, it's just so-so. EKG would be a straight line of a song. I don't know if that's the feel she was trying to get with this album, but number 5 was So Long London. I like the lyrics a lot. What is that? I stopped the CPR after it's no use. The spirit was gone. We would never come to. I had a lot of bad relationships, broken up with a lot. Whoa, spoiler, what? Yeah, I was. I don't know why. And so I get the mood you feel. Like hearing that song, if it was like fall and someone had just like broke it up with you and it's raining outside, great. But springtime release, I don't know. It's a good song. It's one of the cooler songs of that kind of style, which is all over this album. But Daddy I Love Him is the sixth song. Nice song. It's a little too country for me. It's got some emotional in the chorus, but yeah. Number 7, From Out the Slammer. From Out the Slammer, yeah, it's like, you know, jail, but obviously Taylor's never been in jail. But that kind of feeling where she's out and free. This would have been, so I would have liked this album a lot more if it's 16 songs plus an extra song on this one. And after she released it, she did like an anthology thing with even more songs. But actually, I would have liked this a lot more if it was like 12 songs, because then you can really get the songs more without having it be so much, if that makes sense. I think an hour is way too long for an album unless it's some kind of conceptual piece or something. But so easily, From Out the Slammer would have been a song that I would have cut from the album. I would have said, nope. And that's what you need to do. I mean, she's a huge star. She doesn't need any advice from little old me, that's for sure. But hopefully she'll surround herself with people that aren't afraid to tell her, like, it's not great. It's not that great. Let's not put that out. You know, stuff like that. It'll help her. Florida was the next song. It features Florence and the Machine. It's not a traditional one that kind of flows like the other album. I really like the feel for it. It's my favorite one of the album. Hey, Florida, the state I used to live in for 8 years. Kind of a crazy place. My favorite song of the album. That's why I'm clapping it up. My favorite song of the album, Florida. Number 9, Guilty something. What's number 9? Guilty as Sin. It's average. It's forgetful. Yet another song that I would chop off the album to create my more, not perfect album, but create an album that I would enjoy more. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? That's got a great vocal performance. Goes light and loud. I like it. So yeah, it's a song that I would keep on it. I Can Fix Him. Another forgetful tune. It just kind of sounds like a lot of the earlier, because this album is just, you know, synth pop, and it's kind of like I said in the EKG, just kind of straight lined. If you're going to do more than a few songs like that, some of the songs are just going to kind of bleed in and just sound like each other. So for me, yeah, it's another song that I would just chop off there. Number 12 is LOL, L-O-M-L, LOL, I don't know. Piano sounds refreshing, so it's nice to be away from all the synths. I always like acoustic drums. I think there were some drums on the album, but to me, like, not enough. I also like guitar. I mean, when she did this stuff, this is good stuff, man. Rock and roll, good stuff. I mean, I don't know. So it's a little weak, but it's a relaxing cut. If, like I said, if it's in the fall time, it's raining, someone just broke up with you, someone just stole your puppy, someone just keyed your car. I don't know. There's a lot of bad things that happen in this world. It would be one of the songs to listen to then. I Could Do It With a Broken Heart. It's a funky little tune. I think it would work cooler pushed earlier in the album to split up some of those like mundane kind of straight line songs, but it's all right. Smallest Man was the smallest man who ever lived. Man, that's a diss. Throwing out the hardcore rap diss on that one. The smallest man who ever lived. It's a nice build up. It's a nice song. That's what I got written down here. Alchemy, The Alchemy. Same. Nothing new. Sounds like the earlier stuff. I don't know. And then the last song is about an old-time actress, Clara Bow. Clara Bow, I believe she was an old-time actress. It's a nice song. It's a nice way to finish the album because that's just the way the album is. It's just a moody album. The extra song is called The Manuscript. It really wasn't needed because it was just kind of that. Now, the first time I listened to this album, I would have said C-. And I'm not comparing it to the great albums that I love. I'm comparing it to like her other stuff that I knew of and other performers that are like her. I would have said C-. Now, second listen through and third listen through, you can kind of hear some more stuff. It is an album that's going to kind of grow on you. So if you're a huge Taylor Swift fan, I'm sure you've already listened to it 5,000 times and you love anything she's ever going to do. But if you're kind of on the fence and you're looking at this review like, I wonder if I should purchase it or not. If you are going to purchase it, you're going to need to take some time with it and play it a little more. The playing a little more, for me, brought it up to a B- for this kind of music. Really, if I'm in the mood for female vocals and soothing, slower stuff, I'd probably go with Jewel, her early debut album, or like something like Alanis Morissette, the Jagged Little Pill, something like that. I could see myself putting 2 or 3 of these songs into my iTunes, which is now non-existent since my computer blew up. But so yeah, all in all, from this old rocker dude, I said, you doing? Okay, Taylor, you're doing average. You're doing average. Can't we all just strive for average? So it is what it is. The artwork is nice, black and white pictures of her. She doesn't go like all slutty like some of the artists of her genre kind of do. So she doesn't really, it's not like a sex sells thing with her. It's more like listen to my songs, which is a good route for her. Seems like I said, seems like a nice kid. I mean, she's worth $1 billion. If I was worth $1 billion, I would not be making YouTube videos in my basement. I'd be traveling around the world and being really hip. So it's good that she still, has a job, still putting out music. And I wish her the best. Thanks for watching.